Hey there everyone, my name is Keno and welcome back to our Montreal Canadiens franchise mode series here on the channel. Now, that last episode was insane, okay? There's no doubt that streak we went on was bananas, bonkers, crazy balls. It was ridiculous, okay? But we can't also forget that last season under the same coach with almost the exact same team, it came right crashing back down to earth in the second half of the season. And in this video, we will be going through the second half of the season. So we have the potential to completely recreate last season. And I really hope that's not the case. I really hope that we don't have to worry about crashing back down to earth and missing the playoffs again with a team that should not miss the playoffs. Especially when we have Cole Caulfield here, on pace for 60, 70 goals this season. He's already got 36. He's on the cusp of hitting 40 goals this year, and then he's definitely on pace to hit at least 50 or 60. So this team should not be missing the playoffs at all. Now, I had thought initially about making a trade here to start this episode, but I don't think we require it. I was going to move out Mike Matheson and possibly Sam Montembeault. I'm still considering Sam Montembeault because he's just been so abysmally bad for us in this entire series, but I'd rather waive him and see what happens. I want to get Jaden Struble in the lineup more, but I don't know if it's at the cost of Mike Matheson just yet. I want to see how this team does through the next probably 10 games, and that'll leave us with about 10 games leading up to the trade deadline. So about half the way there. We'll get to the 51 game mark, see how the team's doing, and then we'll readjust and make any necessary changes. But right now, ooh, this team is just on fire. Let's see how we do here. We're going to slow sim this first game just to get us back in the rhythm of how the team's doing. I believe we still have, is it Allen in net right now, or did I put Fleury back in? I can't remember. It's very late at night. I've worked a very long day, and I have a very long day tomorrow. But I wanted to get on here and make a video just to make sure that I wouldn't fall behind ever, because you guys have been showing so much love and support to this channel, and it's I keep waiting for it to crash back down. Honestly, like in real life and how the channel's doing, I keep waiting for it to crash back down to earth. Thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. Thank you guys so much. And if you're not subbed to the channel already, please consider it. It's just been an amazing journey so far. After a rough start to this game though, back into the series here. Let's go. First period, 1-0 for the Devils to start off on Fleury. Shots are 10-10 apiece. Not too bad. Let's see how we respond. Second period, score is still even. We do take the shot lead with 21 shots to 16, but don't take the scoring lead. Let's see if we can tie it up here. Third period, wow, we get run out of the building. Tyler Toffoli, Timo Meier, Jonas Siegenthaler, and Jesper Bratt, after Fleury's been run out of the net, notch goals in the third period alone for the Devils as they win this one 5-0. Not a great start to the episode, especially when I started off with that whole spiel about the fact that we could be coming crashing back down to earth, but we do get Yuri Slafkovsky back in the lineup, and you know what that means. Ylanen's coming out. Now, I don't want to lose Ylanen. He's been doing great, but we're going to do some magical chairs here, and we're going to bump Dak to the wing and then Farrell to the center. Actually, you know what? I want to test this. I know we're doing good, but my idea is that Suzuki is throwing pucks everywhere, and then Farrell is also doing that with 24 assists in 24 games. Caulfield's gonna do good. He's gonna score goals. But if we have a goal scorer on either side of Suzuki, and then two playmakers maybe here with Dak. Oh, Dak's also a bit of a playmaker. Hold on a second here. We have to see what we can do. Maybe we just keep it like this. Farrell, Suzuki, Caulfield. No, you know what? Newhook's been doing good there. Let's just go back. Screw anything I said. We're not doing it. If anything, I'll bump Dak down to the third line with Marchessault, but he's off to a hot pace this season, and that'll definitely play off with Slafkovsky. And now we have Farrell and Dak with Slafkovsky, and Newhook and Suzuki with Caulfield. So both of our goal scorers will have two playmakers to complement them. So maybe I was stupid there. Maybe I was just a little panicky after 2 losses in our last 3 games. Let's see. We have a record of 8-2-0 through our last 10, 30-10-2 through 42 games this season, and we're up against a decent Oilers team. I'm going to quick sim this one. Let's see how we do. 3-0. We are scoreless through 2 games. That's not good. All right. Against the Vegas Golden Knights here, who are just rough this season. And a 5-4 shootout loss. So we finally get some goals, but we can't keep the puck out of the net now, and we're going up against a really red hot Anaheim Ducks team. And I usually like to keep to my rule of 2, where if a goalie loses 2 out of 3 games, they get sent to the backup, and that's what I'm gonna do here. We're gonna give Jake Allen again a bit of leash. He's been doing it better than Montembeault this season. I wouldn't mind trying to find at the trade deadline a interim goalie. Like, we have great prospects in Emil Vinny and even Jacob Fowler. Jacob Fowler, yes, that's what it is. I think it's Josh. I keep thinking it's Joshua Fowler, but I think it's Jacob Fowler. We do have great prospects coming up in those two, but we don't have any goalies signed past this season aside from Sam Montembeault. So I'm sorry, I'm not resting my laurels for next season on Sam Montembeault. I'd rather either look for a interim goalie at the trade deadline, or maybe sign a 3 or 4 year contract to a veteran goalie in free agency. And I don't mean veteran as in Fleury or Halak veteran. I mean veteran as in like 29 to 30 years old veteran. But let's see, against the Anaheim Ducks here, Jake Allen back in net, and he does secure the win 4-3 over a red hot Ducks team up against a very similar Vancouver Canucks team who are 26-16-4 this season. Let's see how we do. Caden Gooley's out with an abdominal strain until the end of January. That's unfortunate, but it does give Struble some ice time. And we win 4-3 over the Canucks there. Now, we have to look at a problem here, and that's that Cole Caulfield hasn't gotten a goal yet this video. Cole Caulfield's got to get going again, so we're going to do what I said before, and we're going to put Burrell on that top line and see if maybe he can throw pucks over to Caulfield better, and we'll knock Newhook down to the second line. Here against the Arizona Coyotes, who are just mid this season, they're 2-6-2 through the last 10 games though, so we do have a chance. Jake Allen back in net and a 4-3 shootout win, so he's allowed 3 goals in every one of his games so far, but we're getting wins. And Caulfield had a goal that game, I believe just one, but that's not bad. Let's see, against the LA Kings here, again mid and struggling lately, and we win 3-0. Great game for Jake Allen. This team's starting to get back into rhythm. Game 49 here. We're going to go through this and the next 2, and then we're going to go and evaluate how the team's doing. We win 8-3 though over the Seattle Kraken, and Cole Caulfield is on the cusp of a 40-goal season. Wow. Very impressive season by him. Let's see. Looks like him and Farrell are they're gelling well. That's the word I was looking for. They're gelling well on that top line there against the New Jersey Devils, who are definitely a decent team. They beat us badly first game of this video. Caden Gooley's back. I don't know how everyone did. It might not have been good. Jaden Struble, 1 point in 17 games plus 5. Can't really shame him on that. Let's get Gooley back in the lineup. And Jake Allen, 907, 13 wins in 20 games, and we do lose that game there, but not by a lot. Cole Caulfield has not gotten to 40 goals yet. Let's see if he does it against the Flyers, who are pretty rough this season, but on a bit of they're very similar record in the last 10. Both have won 6, both have dropped 4, so let's see what happens against the Flyers here. 3-1 win, and Caulfield is still yet to get the 40 goal plateau, and we're up against the Devils in our next game still, so 51 games this season. Let's see. Farrell has 27 assists in 33 games and 31 points. Very good. Suzuki with 45 points in 36 games. Very good. And Caulfield with 39 goals, in 51 games, 61 points. So very good production at that top line. Slavkovsky with 30 points in 45 games, including 21 goals. Very good. I think he's finally arrived. Newhook with 44 and 51. So he's not doing good to start this video. Not terribly. I'm not saying he's like demotable, but he already got demoted. Let's just say that. Kirby Dach with 51 and 51. So he's been subtly very solid for us. Like, very solid. Marsh still with 48 and 51. Again, very quiet and subtle and solid. Joshua Wall with 34 and 51. Very decent. And then Gallagher with 15 and 51, so not that great. And then our fourth line is still contributing very well. I don't know what I want to do here. Maybe put Slavkovsky on the top there, and then Gallagher here. Yeah, I want to try that out. I know this seems weird, but now it's into the testing territory. We're definitely on pace to make the playoffs this season. I don't want to jinx it, but we're definitely on pace. I want to see what we can do with the lineup now. Let's see how Barron's done. 27 points, 51 games, plus 31. He and Gooley have been pretty solid. They've been pretty solid. We're going to bump Matheson up that top line with Gooley, though. And then Allen, again, very solid 14 wins in 20 games, or 21 games. So we're going to sim to this next game here against the Devils, and we're going to go to game 61 and see how this team does, and maybe see if there's anyone available or anyone we should target. Islanders want Jake Evans and a third for a second-round pick. That's just not going to happen. That fourth line doesn't need to be touched. We're going to also test to see how Matheson does here. If he can actually become as good as he was. He's not doing badly this season, but nowhere near as on pace. Nowhere near on pace for what he did last season. So we'll see. Against the New Jersey Devils, quick sim this game. A 5-3 win. Okay, and Caulfield has hit 40 goals. 40 goals in 52 games. He's still on an insane goal scoring pace. Against the Vegas Golden Knights, who are rough to start, Ryan Becker's out, so we're going to get Struble in, and we lose 2-1 to the Golden Knights. Going up against a struggling Tampa Bay team through the last 10. Let's see how we do. 4-3 overtime win. Decent. Against the Florida Panthers in game 55 of the season. A 3-1 win. 2 goals for Cole Caulfield there. Against the Detroit Red Wings in 56. We win that one 3-1. And against back-to-back against the... hold on a second. Mike Matheson is out with an abdominal strain to the end of February. So right before the trade deadline. That's not too good. That's not too good. Let's see how we did in the second half of a back-to-back here. We'll just replace paid player. Oh, we have to mend the lines a bit. And we win 7-0 there. What a dominant win, even with one of our defensemen going down to injury at the beginning. We're going to go to the end of February here until game 61, again, as I said, and see how we do. Justin Barron's now out, and now I have to call someone up. That sucks. Because I don't think Matheson's ready yet, no. So we're going to call up a defender. And it is time. Coming in for his NHL debut is Lane Hutson. Are we starting him a little too soon? We'll have to wait and see. I'm going to have to start him on that first pairing with Caden Gooley, actually. Because I can't find another line that he works very well on. Unless we do, first pairing with Gustav Forsling and then Caden Gooley and David Reinbacher on the second pairing. Ooh, this is going to be interesting to see how we do through these next few games. Revolver Rocket, let's do best lines. I don't think it's going to take anyone too crucial out. No, just Owen Beck and Riley Kidney. So I'm actually going to put Beck back in quickly instead of Mike Hardman. Owen Beck back in, and then we'll see how this team does. Now, we did sim through that Pittsburgh Penguins game, and we did lose it 7-0. So a win 7-0 and then a loss 7-0. That's unfortunate. 3 more games here. Game 59, we lose 6-4. So that will be it for Jake Allen and net, because I'm keeping my rule of 2. He's not doing bad. Neither of the goalies are doing bad. And Mike Matheson's also fully healed. So let's see. Lane Hutson was a -1 through 1 game, and that's not his fault. That I threw him right into the Sharks den there. So Struble's going to come out for Mike Matheson, and maybe we'll do Matheson and Hutson on that third pair. No, it doesn't work. Here we go. Hutson and Jack on the third pair. Matheson, Forsling on the top pair. Let's see what happens. That could be an interesting pairing. Game 60 against the Seattle Kraken. And we lose 7-6. So we put up quite a few goals, but we still can't get the win. And here against the LA Kings, 4-3 loss. Okay, so we're 5-5-0 through our last 10, which is nothing like the 9-1-0 that we started the video with. But the team is still doing good. 20 losses in total on the season, but 41 wins through 61 games. Now let's quickly check the stats of everybody and see how people have contributed on their new lines as we tinkered around with things. Oh, and here it is. Slavkovsky with 41 points in 55 games, but 30 goals. His first 30 goal season. Hell, his first 20-plus goal season. Hell, his first 10-plus goal season. That is a very impressive campaign this year by Juraj Slavkovsky. Very impressed with that. Suzuki with 44 assists in 46 games and 58 points. So very solid production from him. And again, Cole Caulfield, or Goal Caulfield, whatever you want to call him. 46 goals in 61 games, 75 points altogether. Absolutely insane. Sean Farrell with 33 points in 43 games. Newhook with 50 points in 61 games. And Gallagher with 19 points in 61. So he's going back down. Marchessault with 57 and 61, Waugh with 35 and 61, so he hasn't done too good recently. And Gallagher, Dak with 55 and 61. So what we're going to do is we're going to put these lines back together. We're going to put Pharrell on that second line center and Newhook back on the top line with Suzuki. And I want to see if they can get back to their groove. Matheson is now up to 22 points in 55 games, so decent production from him. Forsling's been solid, 34 points in 51 games for Gooley, 23 points in 53 games for Reinbacher, but a plus 12. 1 point, his first NHL point in 3 games, but a minus 4. So we're going to take Hudson back out, and we're going to put Jaden Struble back in on that third pair with Arbor Jackeye, who's got 10 points in 61 games and 96 penalty minutes. Guy just throws brick fists everywhere. Goaltending, again, Fleury's been struggling a bit. Allen's been a little solid. Nothing's screaming out at me like, you gotta move this player off because they suck. Not anything like in the Butte Bandit series, where if you're not watching that, please go give that a watch right now. I don't know if I'm going to go through the trade deadline in this video. I kind of wanted to see what the team could do against this Calgary Flames here. Last game before the trade deadline. Let's quickly see how they do. Game 62 of the season, we're going to slow sim. I'm getting really tired here, so I got to wrap up the video soon. But let's see. Period 1, we already got a shot on the board. Period 1 against Calgary Flames, and it's even. Shots 11 apiece. Ooh. Period 2, we take a 1-0 lead from a goal by none other than Brendan Gallagher. So we lead the shot count 27-20, and now period 3, 3-1 win. Doc and Caulfield both notch goals. That's goal Caulfield's 47th of the season. Mackenzie Weegar tries to get the Flames back into it, but we quickly took another lead just a few minutes later. So good game from us just before the trade deadline. We are 5-5-0 through our last 10, 42 wins on the season. So impressive play, impressive play. I'm going to take a look at who's available, and I also want to see about possibly offering Seth Shelley a contract. Now, there is an argument to be made that we should bring him in. 29 goals, 37 assists for 66 points in 48 games this season. He's listed as an 81. He's definitely got good skating, good shot, good offensive awareness, but do I need to bring him in this season? I don't know, because I don't know who he takes out. Right off the bat, that's a major issue for me. Mike Matheson is definitely doing good. We have some very good production from veterans and some very good development from prospects. It's just an all-around good season for us, but I don't know what I want to do about that. Do I want to go for the cup and make a trade for a top like piece? I don't know. I did say I want to look for an interim goalie. I don't know who would be available. I'm going to quickly thumb through all the teams and see what names pop up. John Carlson for the Capitals. Aiden Hill. That's interesting. Connor Garland, Connor Brown, Roman Schmidt, Braden Shen, Adam Larson from the Kraken along with Eberle and Dumoulin, Granlund Hurdle. Okay, I'm just going to quickly go through here, see if anyone jumps out to me. Marchenko right here from the Columbus Blue Jackets. Second line forward, he's only got 19 points in 48 games, so he's not looking too good. Maybe he's just having a rough season and it's affecting him. I'm not sure. Dan Vladash from the Calgary Flames. Let's see quickly. He seems to be having a bad season. Yeah, 4 wins in 17 games. That's not a look for me. Sorry. Jason Peterka from the Buffalo Sabres. Hold on a second. And Alexander Kizikov. Oh, all of their young Dynamo forward prospects are on the way out. Brady Shea as well. What is wrong, though, with Jason Peterka? He's got 36 points in 61 games. Looks very well rounded. He's not a player that I edited. He looks definitely decent. What? Oh, I can't. I'm not in. Oh, here we go. Karel Vejmelka. Ooh, I don't know if he fits the. Oh, I don't think he doesn't fit the role. I mean, we're gonna give them Quincy Miller, I believe his name, or Quentin Miller, and a pick, I believe, is what I'm gonna throw to the Arizona Coyotes for Karel Vejmelka. We have more than 50 skaters, so we gotta throw just someone out. And that's gonna be not Pizzetta, Mike Hartman. We don't need him. Oh, now Arizona would have too many. Okay, so we actually have to add in a goalie. You know what? Maybe this is the time to move out a Sam Montembeault. I don't see him being an integral part of our team. If we can get Vejmelka signed up to an extension, that would be great. So Vejmelka for Montembeault straight up is no, I didn't think that would go through, and if it did, I would actually be a little upset because Montembeault is having a tragic career in the last 2 seasons, and Vejmelka is a almost Vezina candidate. So let's do our third plus Montembeault for Karel Vejmelka. Doesn't go through, so there's obviously some more value to him than we know. We're going to throw in a second. I think that's fair. We're going to maybe safety net it by getting a 6th round pick back and see Montembeault and a 2nd for Vejmelka and a 6th. Not available without the 6th. Not available, so maybe he does have more value than they're letting on. We're going to add the Pittsburgh 2nd and a pick next year, and maybe if they want like an unsigned prospect, they don't. Okay, let's see. Oh, I didn't make any of the changes. Hold on. All right, so I decided to add a 4th rounder from this year's draft just to try to sweeten the pot a bit. Let's see, Montembeault 2nd and a 4th for Vejmelka. It's not going through. So you know what? We're going to go to find a trade and see what they even want for Vejmelka, and maybe that's an option that we look at rather than jumping at the first available goalie that I like and has amazing stats. So Vejmelka, what do you want for him? No trades found. You're kidding me. I can't get a trade to go through, and there's nothing that you can find for me. So maybe there's just we're not a good trading partner. Aside from that, I don't see a need. If we look at our lineup one last time, I don't see a need to make a jump and panic here. There's some prospects available. There's obviously some good players available, like John Carlson. Our goaltending isn't doing too bad. I don't want to mess up the chemistry too much, and our defense is doing pretty solid. And we still have Matheson past this year. I don't really think there's anybody who I'm in a panic to move off this team right now. And with that in mind, maybe, Marchessault. But Marchessault's doing good. We can keep him as a self-rental, maybe even look to extend him. And with that in mind, actually, let's take a look at who needs an extension. So Marchessault, Goulet, Slavkovsky, Burrell. Oh, this is not looking like it's going to be a cheap offseason. So Marchessault wants 6.5. We have 31 million to spend. We gotta look at these core players first. One of them being Goulet. I wouldn't mind 6 years, like 6.5 million. Do you think you'd take that? That buys up 3 years, I believe. Yeah, 3 years of unrestricted free agency. So I think that's a good one. 6 years, 6.5 million. Brings him till he's around 29, 30 years old for Caden Goulet. Will he accept? Oh, I don't like when it says it shouldn't take me too long. It scares me a bit. Yuri Slavkovsky, he wants a lot of money. We're going to wait for the offseason because that's generally when RFAs drop their asking price. Sean Evans, we're going to get him 3 years, 2.5 million a year, and see if he'll take that right off the bat. Jaden Struble, let's get him extended. No, we're going to wait for this one as well. I wouldn't mind getting Bodine extended. 1 year, 900,000. Jordan Harris is another one that I want to extend quickly. Not yet. In the offseason, we'll do that. Same with Heineman. It's a little strange that prospects ask so much when they haven't played an NHL game, or a game in the NHL. I thought they had fixed that problem a few years ago, but I guess not. Extend Benning here. Extend Mizak and Simoneau, and that might be it that we do for offering. Oh, here, Lane Hudson. What do you want? I don't mind giving you 2 years, $1 million. It'll be a one-way contract, but it's one that I'm willing to accept. And then all of our goalies want to come back. We're going to sign Caden Primo here, 2 years, $850,000. I think that's a great contract. And does Fleury want to come back? You know, we'll offer him 1 year, $2.875 million. If he accepts it, that's great. He can retire, and then we don't have to offer him that. We don't have to uphold that contract. But let's see, will we be able to get some answers before the trade deadline? We don't. Okay, so that will have to wait for the next episode because I don't think I want to jump into the trade deadline in this episode. I'm just not sure what we need to move around to make this team work. You've seen how we've done. We've got Cole Caulfield here on the cusp of 50 goals in the season. 50 goals in almost 50 goals in 62 games. So absolutely impressive play. The team is 42, 17, and 3 through 62 games. So I don't know. I think we stay with the plan. We stick with what this team has developed into and what they've kind of bonded together to make. And we see if this roster can take us to the Stanley Cup playoffs, if not the Stanley Cup finals. That would be great. I'm sorry that I was jumbled and all over the place this video. I have been sick for the last week, and it's been crazy at work because we're doing a big project that's coming to a peak tomorrow. I'm gonna be up a long time tomorrow, and again, I treat this like a second job. So as soon as I get home from work, as soon as the family's dealt with and off to bed, I'm on recording. And sometimes if I can, I come straight home from work and I record, like I did in yesterday's recording session, and like I'm going to do in tomorrow night's recording session. I should really get better at recording. But aside, all the background talk and all the tech talk aside, thank you guys for all the love and support lately. This has been a blast, and I'll see you guys as we take this team through the trade deadline, and I guarantee you, to the Stanley Cup playoffs. We won't be starting the playoffs in the next video, or maybe we will. Maybe I'll hit you with that curveball, depending on how the end of the season goes. But we will see how this team does in the final sequence of this season.